Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm currently working on making a plan for today, and it's more than likely going to involve, the gap that we formed overnight, a little area of consolidation that I feel it could be a good area of support, and, um, also the gap that we still have left to fill at 55.75 from the 2nd of April. Now, here's the plan, all right? If we get above 55.51.25, if we get above 55.21.25, and we stay above, or use it as support, or use it as support on a retest, I will look to long, targeting 55.75.75. Okay, however, if we reject 55.51.25, we're looking for a gap fill rejection, then I will short. Now, I don't really have a target for the downside. However, I do usually look for low volume areas, areas where not much volume has transacted, or an area of consolidation, which we do have one, right, at 55.20, at 55.22, or 55.23, excuse me. So let's just say for now we'll be targeting 55.23. Now it can change depending on at what time I end up having to take the trade. Any of that. Lastly, if we don't gap fill and if we just come down if we come down to 55.23, then I would want to short around that area. All right, then I want to not short, then I would want to go long, targeting the gap fill. And that's how we're going to play today. It is 8:36. Now let me give you guys a little bit of an introduction regarding myself, what I'll be doing, and how things will go every day. So every day, I'll be working on making the plan. I will take the trade. Everything's gonna be recorded, so it's not gonna be like anything's. It's all gonna be on one video, and it will all be posted at some point at the end of the day. It's just gonna be a little bit. So the plan is to basically take you guys on my journey to become profitable, all right, and kind of grow a very small account that I have into a bigger account. At the end of the day, that's really it. And yeah, that's about it. And we're gonna follow the plan, and by the time I'm gonna cut it here, and by the time you're back, I'll probably be in a trade or just about to be entering a trade, following the plan. All right, I will see you guys then. So what you're going to see here is me take a trade at pre-market, which I said I wasn't going to do at all, but I saw it at a level and I saw that it was holding, and so I tried it. Clearly, pre-market broke a rule, failed trade. All right, on to this part right here. Now, I entered this area twice, a total of 3 times, but 2 times, and it stops me out. I say whatever, that's just trading for you in a nutshell. The third time I enter, I enter because we break a low, right? A little low that it formed, and then it reclaims immediately, and so I re-enter. Now this trade is the one that works. I know it does a little bit of a wonky things, it goes up, goes down, yeah, whatever. But we hold through it. And then when I see another area kind of get claimed, I add another contract. Now, my only issue, or the only thing I think I did wrong, was not focus on my target. Y'all remember, pre-market plan, we was targeting the 75s if the 55-51 area kind of held, which it did. We moved up, and then when we came down to retest it, it went down to a low of like 55-52, 55-53. Now, given the fact that it's within the 2 to 4 points around it, my levels aren't exact per se. They are a general area. But the fact that we broke it, okay, and then retested. Now, the retest was in an area where we had a little bit of consolidation on the pre-market. So that I was using kind of as support, which it supported. And from there, as you can see, we ended up hitting targets, excuse me.